go.
Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about Love is Blind UK, Season 1, Episode 8.
Listen, I need you to subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. You ready, Blair?
Yes.
Let's go.
So Nicole and Bayah have been having fun living together. He really did appreciate the support from her parents. Mm-hmm. She wants to go ahead and close that chapter with Sam, so she says that she wants to give him back the ring and the bracelet. Mm-hmm. Bayah wants them to close the chapter as well. He felt that Sam has disrespected her and did not appreciate her.
Yeah.
He doesn't think he could hold back if he saw him in person. Mm-hmm. So Nicole says Sam is part of our story and she wants to deal with it head on. Bayah doesn't want Nicole to end up getting swayed or hoodwinked again. He wouldn't stop her from seeing him, but he would like her to think about it because it makes him very upset.
Just to give a little clarification how Bayah feels, he said he don't see the point of basically them seeing each other. Mm-hmm. She bring up closure. He's like, I don't see the point of you having to see him.
Yeah.
As most guys would feel that way. I feel like you don't have to give him back his stuff and things like that, because even down the line, once we get to that scene, he's like, keep it anyway. So just throw it away.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, you don't even have to like see him dead. You thought it was a little suspicious of how she was like, like we probably go see him, or like I want to have a one-on-one with him.
Yeah, I thought it was weird.
Yeah.
Because when I felt like, do you want to have a one-on-one for the cameras? Because did y'all not talk when you decided you didn't want to be around him no more? Mm-hmm. How did that conversation go when y'all were deciding not to go to Greece? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Maybe she just, I couldn't imagine that she wouldn't talk to him at that point. So to me, it just seemed like she wanted to talk to him in front of the cameras or whatever the case may be. But throw the ring and the bracelet away. Like, you don't need to give it back to him. Y'all don't need to have a conversation talking about he's part of our story. No, he's not. Like, he doesn't even have to be a factor. Like, when you tell the story of how y'all got together, you can literally leave him out.
You don't even got to mention him.
So I'm over Nicole in the sense of feeling like she needs to close or respect Sam or do anything like that. Like, literally move on. She's like, she wants to deal with the issue head on. There is no issue. Forget about him. So, and
then on top of that, to Blair's point about the whole, he's part of the story, I do think and find it weird that, hey, when y'all broke it off and decided not to go to Greece, you did not give everything back to him then.
Exactly. I'm like, how did that conversation end? Like, how did that go?
I told you, I don't know what it is, but it's something right there, but we'll see.
So Maria and Tom is concerned about his mom feeling uncomfortable with the experiment. He wants to stay true to his feelings about Maria, but it will be strange to know that his mom will not be at his wedding. She asks, do you think it'll impact what happens on the day? And he says yes. I wish she would have asked more questions.
Yeah, I'm about to say, why?
What do you mean by that?
Why did you leave it at that? Like, oh, okay, cool. No, what do you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, but okay.
So everybody gets together. Maria and Jasmine tell Demi that, the body language is there. Like, we see, y'all, all touching or whatever. And Demi is like, because we're happy.
Yeah.
Tom tells Bayah in the courtship phase, Maria feels like men should cover everything. Yeah. He talks about how they went out for ice cream, and she said that she would cover it, and she was actually offended that he was fine with her covering the ice cream. I was
confused by this story.
So Tom said that if he told his mom about what happened, that she would be insulted, that he would have to pay for everything. So he knows that they'll have other issues. It just makes him think, are they really ready?
Yeah, I was very confused by this whole story. I thought it was more across the lines of, to the point where they went out. She asks, do you want me to cover it? She covers it. And I thought she was the one who said, if my mom was to know what I did, she'd be mad at Tom. And things like that. I didn't get the whole my mom would feel this type of way. First of all, I don't even get the whole scenario of Maria feeling some type of way when she offered to cover it.
Yeah, she shouldn't have offered it. But I think that's the struggle that she's having between her cultural values and religious values and what she claims to be as far as, oh, I can do whatever I want in the world. And it's just you say you can, but you don't really believe that because it bothers you because your values are not being upheld.
Yeah, and it's kind of strange because I'm like, you believe it to a certain certain point when it comes to you, to your occupation, and you could be free in that, but you want to be kind of traditional when it comes to the man role and the woman role. In the comments below, clarify this story for me, because I really do not get what the whole thing is about. The whole, like, you know, she offered to pay it and she paid, now she mad at me, and now I don't know who mama go be mad. I don't know if we ready. It just seems like, hey, we go give Tom a little 10 seconds of camera time and then we just gonna move on, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
So some of the singles from the pod arrive. Kat tells Maria that she would like him to be more affectionate. He is too silly. Like, it's funny, but she also wants to have that romance piece. He said that if she walked past him naked, he probably wouldn't even realize it. She thinks that their love languages are different and she's not really feeling confident in herself.
Okay.
Yeah, Kat, that's a you problem.
It is a you problem.
It really is a you problem. Not to say like Freddy shouldn't be attracted to you if he saw you walk by naked, but you know, we're like in our 30s, okay? Ain't nobody no like horny teenager by the time, you know, for a lot of people, people are grown and they can be around their partner naked without it being a whole to do.
Yeah.
So I think Kat is just, it's her own issues.
Yeah.
So Bayah tells Tom that he doesn't want to see Sam. He doesn't want to give him the time of day. If there's an ounce of disrespect, it's going to be hard for him to hold back. So Tom brings up his connection with Tasha. Then a pod guy asks, you know, if another woman caught your interest, like what would you do, talking to Allie? Ollie says another girl couldn't catch his interest. Well, at that moment, Tasha and Charlotte walk in.
He was like, who is that?
So Tasha hugs Tom. She hugs everybody, but she hugs Tom. Maria isn't bothered by it because she knows what he feels for her is strong. And Ollie, as soon as Charlotte walked in, he's like you said, who is that? Ollie says to the guys, Charlotte is gorgeous. I mean, he goes beyond that. Sublime, beautiful, Like, he was like listing all the ways. But Demi is beautiful too. But he has this connection with Demi that's real.
Yeah.
So Demi is feeling more secure. He is a supportive partner and he comes over to hug and kiss her. So I feel like she's felt secure about, you know, just the more the PDA in public. And I feel like he's making that effort for her.
Yeah. And I have no problem with Ollie giving Charlotte the compliments to his boy, whoever he's talking to. Because the whole point of the pod guy talking to him, I forgot his name. He basically like, is it possible for your head to turn? And he's basically like, look, I am 100% here for Demi. Now the timing was wrong.
It was wrong.
The timing caught me off guard because he's probably like, they probably sit there for hours, for days talking to everybody, and he just like, who are you? And why didn't you make the show? You get what I'm saying? What is it about you that we could connect beyond this wall? And guess what? At the end of the day, he still got eyes. He still got man tendencies, and he's like, look, she's gorgeous, she's all these things, but Demi's my lady. And guess what? Kudos to you, Ollie. I liked it. I like the fact that y'all not standing at separate tables or anything like that.
Yeah. So Sam walks in.
Yeah.
Kat says immediately to Freddy, oh, like he looks like my ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
Steven is trying to tell Bayah to be cool. And Sam goes over to Bayah, you know, to greet him or whatever. And he's like, we'll talk. And Bayah's like, we'll see. Like, Bayah ain't trying to talk to this man. Bayah tells Nicole that it's rude how he just ignored you.
Stop right there. What was your thoughts when you saw Sam walk in?
I was like, what kind of mess is he about to stir up? That's pretty much all I thought.
I ain't gonna hold you.
I thought he was gonna look for his little 15 minutes of fame. He's gonna start doing some weird stuff.
Here's the thing about it. When Sam walked in, I ain't gonna lie, I was like, hey, bro, you kind of look like you found yourself some confidence a little bit. Like, he's tall, you know what I'm saying? He never was an ugly guy. It's just the fact that he thought that he was, like, you know, so amazingly beautiful, so amazingly sexy that we just had to be like, bro, like, you like a 5. But he walked in with confidence. Everybody was happy to see him with the guys, that is. Ollie walked over, bro, you know, Ollie's like that guy that basically come over and say hi to everybody and things like that. And you can see some people cutting their eyes to Sam, basically like, hey, what, like that's the villain and things of that nature. And then Bayah's like, did he speak to you? And then that's when Nicole's like, no, he did not speak to me. And then he's like, it's rude that he ignored you. Bayah, I feel like you are building your whole case on not being Sam, and that's not good enough for me when it comes to being with Nicole. Every time that it comes to like this whole situation, you just basically talk about how rude he was and things like that. I need to know, outside of what I heard on the show, what was Sam rude about when it came to Nicole?
Beggars can't be choosers.
Again, what else?
Oh, that's not good enough?
That's not good enough. Because
to me, that doesn't sound like you actually really like the person. To me, that is kind of like a rude comment.
When it all came down, was it that comment where he basically was like, he hopes he could pick her up or something like that?
But that's what I'm saying. It was like multiple things.
I understand that. But my whole point is he's acting like this whole thing of somebody better hold me back. You got Steven over there basically saying, calm down, keep it cool. And I'm like, you doing too much now. And the whole, like, I'm going to defend Nicole. And I'm like, relax. Because the whole time, Nicole did not even choose you first. With all the warnings y'all gave her. I think he's doing too much.
Yeah, for me, I don't see why Bayah is so angry with Sam. It's not as though Sam had done anything to Nicole.
Exactly.
Or even done anything to him per se. I could understand why he'd be like, you know what, that's just not the kind of person I deal with. But for him to be talking about he can't hold himself back, it's a little intense.
A little performative.
But Bayah is going to reveal some more things as we move forward.
Okay, let's see.
So Kat asked what he thinks about the girls talking to Freddy. And he said that, he spoke with Charlotte. She's nice. She's attractive. And Kat was like, you don't need to tell me twice. You find her attractive. Think about how that makes me feel.
Okay.
And Freddy's like, well, you just keep telling me that Sam looks like your ex. Like, what are you talking about? So Sam tells Ollie that he felt like he got the cold shoulder from Bayah. He didn't realize that the situation was that sour.
Yeah.
Ollie says that they just have this perception that you weren't genuine. Sam said he thinks that she thinks that he cared more about the show than for her. Ollie thinks, maybe she told him something. He doesn't really know. So Sam is finding it frustrating because he hasn't said anything bad about them.
What is your thought so far before he pulls Nicole?
I think in this instance, I don't think Sam knows the comments that he made and how it can be taken by some people. So I really don't think he knows what the issue is, because even when they were in the pods, Bayah was not acting like this.
No.
So it does in a way come across as Bayah is a little bit sour that this was the guy your lady chose first. So you're kind of like, butthurt over the situation. It's not just about how Sam is. Sam is annoying. Sam is irritating. Sam kind of seems like he likes to boost his head up because his confidence is low. But that doesn't mean like you like he's the type of guy you want to go ahead and beat up, at least to me. So yeah,
everybody keep talking about how he's not there for genuine reasons, and I'm like, you didn't even get a chance to even prove that wrong or prove that right. So the whole point of this whole, I'm gonna be so upset that she's talking to this guy, that he's here and all this stuff. He talking about 15 minutes of fame, but Nia, you look like you want your 15 minutes of fame, because to Blair's point, I don't understand why you're so invested in this whole scenario that you really need to be cooled down. Even when Sam came by and he said, we go talking, he said, maybe not, and stuff like that. But Nia, you're trying too hard and things like that. If you really don't want to talk to the guy, don't talk to the guy. But it's this whole performative of I'm gonna be the protector, I'm gonna stand up for her, I'm her knight in shining armor, that she did not choose first. But let's keep going.
So Sam ends up pulling Nicole for a chat.
Yeah.
He asked, was it a mistake that you made when you chose me? Were you misleading me, or did you just actually not know? And Nicole tells Sam that she did love him in the pod. She just thinks that they weren't right together. What she felt she needed, it just wasn't there with him. So Sam reveals that he didn't want to get physical with her, and because of that he felt like she didn't want to be with him anymore. He wanted to be a true gentleman to her, and she thinks that the way they express affection is just different. She's a physical touch person. Again, she repeats something was missing. He says, because I wouldn't be physical with you. And Nicole says, it was just the genuine care, like just that feeling. Sam said it wasn't easy for him and he cared for her. She goes ahead and gives him back the ring and the bracelet, which he tried to get her to keep, but she explains to him, it's just kind of like a dark cloud over my relationship. Like, it's just not this energy. I just don't want to have it around. But Nicole does feel that Sam is misunderstood. Any thoughts about their interaction?
I don't know if Sam is a weirdo. Well, actually, yeah, I do know. I think Sam is a weirdo, but the more I see him, I don't know if I feel as strongly as I did earlier in the season about, he's only there for the TV. I just think he's awkward. And when it came out and it was revealed to us that she wanted to get physical and he said no, I wonder, like, was that kind of like basically the last straw of like, yeah, I don't want nothing to do with this. Because even then, I do believe when she did see Sam, she was like, oh yeah, I'm not attracted to him. Now, it doesn't help when he's over there and the first thing he says when he comes out the pod is, what do you think basically of him?
Yeah.
Like, you get what I'm saying? And then even with him saying, like, I think I love you, I think those just basically like, that doesn't help your case. But I do find it very interesting that even with all of that, she wanted to get physical. This is how I perceived it. She wanted to get physical and he was the one who said no. So, like, Nicole just looked more sketchy, kind of going back to that last episode where I was like, I don't trust her decision making. I don't even know basically the motive behind the decisions that she makes anymore. What was your thoughts on this whole scene right here?
I don't think it needed to be revealed that she wanted to get physical and he didn't want to.
Why not?
I felt like that was unnecessary. I felt like it was an unnecessary piece of the story. It just doesn't change anything. Are you trying to embarrass her because you declined her or something? And I can understand where Nicole is coming from, just in the fact of wanting to be wanted. A lot of the things that Sam did and said was about how he needed to be wanted. Facts. And praised and kissed and all this type of stuff. And I can imagine that when it came to affection or feeling like he was into her, he did not provide that because he needed it so badly. And, the whole physical intimacy thing, I mean, that could have been a situation where she was just like, I ain't feeling him, but maybe this is good and maybe we can work something off if this is good. You know what I'm saying? Not the best decision making, but
maybe like forcing it.
Kind of like a forcing it, Hail Mary, like if the D is good, then we might have something to work with. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Which, no. but I can't fault her for being like, oh, you wanted to get intimate with him, so that means something. Like, I don't think that means what Sam thinks it means. Like, I don't think it's as deep as he's trying to reveal and drop a bomb on us. Like, it meant something. Y'all were engaged.
Yeah. So I think his whole motive, and I can see why you think that. I think his whole motive is like, everything you told me was a lie. And I'm like, if you didn't like me, which, like, you said we're not going to Greece. Why were you trying to get physical with me then?
But I think she was trying.
And my thing is, that's not a good enough answer. But
that's the truth.
I know it's the truth, or it could be the truth.
Yeah.
But you can see how if the shoe was on the other foot, if everything was fake in the sense of, that's why he's asking, were you lying in the pods and things like that? She's like, I did love you in the pods. Okay, well, how do we end up here? It's just for her to be like, yeah, it just wasn't there. So you can't, what's the word? You can't force it the whole time, and then when you get to your breaking point of I can't force it no more, and then be confused when the person be like, well, you try to think with me, I'm confused. Yeah. So it's like, I actually can see how the wires are crisscrossed, and maybe all three of y'all just need to be somewhere together and things like that. But like, it's just a weird situation.
Yeah. So Kat is really upset with Freddy. She is feeling really insecure. She wants some reassurance, and it really messed with her head, the fact that Freddy said that Charlotte was cute. Okay. So she is over there flirting with Sam, laughing at all his jokes, touching him on the shoulder, pushing him, and all of this type of stuff. And she jokes that her ring is just a knuckle duster compared to the ring that he got Nicole. So Kat says she is just here to listen to him, and she says, if you're ever in town, I'll hit you up. Just behave. Freddy notices she's flirting. I feel like everybody in the room noticed she's flirting, and Freddy ends up walking out because he was just like, I'm just not going to sit here and watch this anymore.
Well, to correct you, Blair, Kat would say, it looks like I flirt, but I don't flirt. Because she said how she interacts, it looks like she flirts.
Yeah, she did say that.
Maybe if it looks like she flirts, maybe because it looks that way because you're flirting. Right. So this whole thing of trying to put some type of caveat of like, I'm not flirting, it just looked that way. No. You didn't confuse us. You didn't confuse Blair. You was flirting with Sam. That's what the note said. And because you was the one that kept touching him, comparing your ring, basically making it seem like he's like this, basically everything Sam wants. You get what I'm saying? Basically keep telling him like, you look like my ex-boyfriend. Well, he's an ex for a reason. And then you told us episodes ago, every person you've been in a relationship with cheated on you. So why would you even want to be with someone that look like your ex-boyfriend, by your understanding, cheated on you, when you actually hold Freddy accountable for cheating on somebody else which you wasn't even in the picture. So that's why I'm like, Kat is just basically giving Freddy these goals that he can never obtain.
Exactly.
It makes no sense.
And this is another thing where she says she's feeling insecure, and what does she do? Does something to try to get Freddy to feel insecure. And I'm just like, why would you want to be with her, Freddy? Like, please, like, distance yourself from this toxic lady. Like, get away from her. So Tom thinks Tosh looks more glamorous than he thought. He asks if he looks how she thought he would, and she says he is a lot more put together. Tom tells her, you know, similar. She's similar to what he thought, but he thought that she would be a little bit more like geeky or whatever. So Tom tells Tosh that he and Maria have had disagreements. They're not sure if they're going to say yes. Tosh thinks that he is an incredible person, and she wants whatever is going to make him happy. She cares for him, and she meant it when she said that she fell in love with him in the pods. So Maria, she was over there talking. I don't remember who she was talking to. She's talking to somebody sitting down, and they were like, "You good? Like, does that bother you?" And Maria's like, "No, I'm good. I'm fine." However, Maria goes over to him, and she says to him, "Can we go over there and like sit down? Like, my feet are hurting." And I'm just like, Maria, you was just sitting down.
You literally was sitting down.
You was just sitting down. Like, so she just wanted to break up that little session. My thoughts about that, I feel like Tom was too comfortable with Tasha giving her peeks of the issues in their situation. I feel like Tasha was respectful enough. You know, she let him know that, I don't feel like she was trying to let him know like the interest was still there, but she was trying to be, I feel like, as neutral as possible, but the interest is still there for her, you know? But for Tom, I felt like he was trying to leave the door cracked so that, you know, hey, if things don't go off well at the wedding, I'll probably hit you up. You know, that's how it came across to me. Yeah.
And the reason why I don't really hold Tom that much accountable outside of the things you just said, I felt like he literally just went in the room and flipped a coin. It's one thing if he had a connection like the same way Ollie had a connection with somebody, to where he's like, okay, it's deep and things like that. Even though I have an idea what Kat may look like, I still chose Demi. You get what I'm saying? Even though this may be the type of woman I usually go for, I still chose Demi. You know, I don't think Tom had that. I think Tom really was like, at the last second, I'm gonna flip a coin heads. Maria tells Tasha, and it landed on heads. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So we go on to Bayah and Sam having their one-on-one. Bayah tells Sam that, "I think you have an agenda for being here, for ill intentions." And he's like, "Look, I can't act. I can't pretend like everything's cool, because it's not." He deeply cares and protects the people he loves. And Sam says, "You're nitpicking me, and, you know, you're trying to find out what's wrong with me." Sam says that him and Nicole had an amazing connection in the pods. It didn't work out in the real world. When she stayed in my place, she wanted to sleep with me, and I said no.
I like that.
And he was like, but go ahead, continue saying whatever it is you're trying to say. So he's like, clearly you've only been told one side of the story. And Bayah doesn't appreciate the level of disrespect that Sam is having towards Nicole.
Listen here, take it to hell, Sam. Listen, I'm all for a villain should act like a villain. A bad person should act like a bad person. And guess what? I do believe in this situation that Sam did not have to throw it in his face that, like, your fiance wanted to sleep with me, but I told her no. And I basically sent her over there to you. You get what I'm saying? But in this moment, the only thing that I just can't get, or I can't shake, why is Bayah so invested, so deeply into proving or to letting everybody know that he's not here for genuine reasons, and to make it so specific to the point of he's here for fame. He's here for his little 15 minutes of fame on TV. So that's why I'm like, Bayah, I think you just need to fall back. I actually think you would actually do yourself more service by just ignoring him. And things like that. You giving him his TV time by talking to him. The camera's going to be on you.
Yeah, but I feel like they had to have that conversation.
I feel like they did, but at the same time, I need him to specifically. That's why I actually had to ask you. It's like, I just felt like he just kept talking in vague terms of like, you disrespecting her, you have ill intentions, you're not genuine, and I need like actual like callbacks to when Sam was actually like that serious to where you feel this defensive about her. That's why I kind of get with Sam. You're like, yo, you nitpicking me. You like, Nick, I know I'm weird. And like, I know I don't have no confidence, but you're nitpicking me. Whole time your girl tried to sleep with me, I told her no. I'm like, you know what? Just take it to hell. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Sam is just being unnecessarily like sour about the situation. I feel like he didn't have to throw that in Benaya's face. I just felt like he could have bowed out gracefully. He even said himself that it didn't work out. And he himself said that things didn't feel right. So if y'all are both mutually saying that things didn't work out, why are you bringing that up? You know? And the fact is of the matter, y'all were engaged at the time. Why would she not want to sleep with her fiance? Like to me, that's like, it's like he's trying to make her come across that maybe she's like a whore, or maybe like she was loose, or I don't know what he's trying to insinuate by her saying that, but that's not a bad thing for her wanting to sleep with her fiance at the time. And then my thing with Benaya, like I said, I think that he doesn't want to be around Sam because Sam got chosen first. Also, Sam comes across as not genuine. He does come across that way. But for him to have this much anger, I think it's really because, like he said, he doesn't want Nicole to get tricked again. And I think that he doesn't have much faith in Nicole, is that she's going to make the right decisions when it comes to the relationship, or Sam, if she talks to him, is he going to like sway her in the wrong direction? And that's unfortunate, because I wish Nicole would actually like speak with like surety in what she's saying, so that way she can actually reassure Benaya. And I just don't feel like she does that. I feel like she's very passive in the way she talks, but maybe that's just her.
And my thing is, why would Benaya believe anything that she say? Because she said the same thing to Sam. She said, I love you to the part. She said we had a great connection. It got to the point where I think it's coming up soon to where he basically catches up with her and basically said, how was the talk? And she said it went good. And she said something across the line like, it didn't work, but Sam is a nice guy. He didn't like the fact that she said he's a nice guy. I'm like, what is this? Like, basically this thing that you have to defeat. Like, Benaya is setting himself up to be like a superhero, and he has to defeat this big bad wolf of Sam. And
Sam is not your villain.
And that's what I'm like. It just like, I have to defend her. You should not think that he's a good guy. And I'm just like, yo, she's really just saying something nice when like just to basically cover her bases. She's not even. I don't even think she believes that he's a nice guy. It's just something you say.
I don't know. I could have believed Nicole believes that. I don't know what Nicole be on. I really don't.
That's why I don't like him.
Maria and Tom. So she didn't mind Tasha being there. She asked him how he felt about it. He said it was fine. Maria asked, what did she say? And Tom says it was more intense than he anticipated. Okay. They had a deep connection, but she felt more romantically towards him. She expressed the big L word, and Maria was annoyed because she was like, she's saying I love you and you're engaged. And Tom was like, yeah. Like, it made him uncomfortable.
I feel like Tom misrepresented that conversation.
Absolutely. I'm like, Tom, like, that's not even how it went.
Yeah.
I'm like, do you not remember how the conversation went, or do you want Maria to feel away? Like, I didn't understand his motives there. So Nicole and Benaya. So Benaya says that Sam said not so nice things about you. And he was saying derogatory comments about, the intimacy. Okay. Nicole says that she could share her side, but she has nothing to prove. She wants them to not think about him. It's not relevant in their lives. And I'm like, Nicole, I wish you would give Benaya some reassurance. No, you don't have anything to prove, but you can have this conversation with him and not just brush it to the side of, we just don't have to think about him. Well, you were talking about closure, how he's part of our story and all this type of stuff. Well, can you help me get some closure on my end? So that's how I felt about it.
I don't even know why Benaya wants closure. That's why I'm like, I just don't like
He brought it up. Like, why can't she have the conversation with him?
Say it again?
He brought it up to her about the situation, and it seemed like he wanted to talk about it. Like, why couldn't she hold the conversation with him? It comes across as sneaky to me a little bit at times. So I don't know. Well, we've got Sabrina and Steven. They are in Belfast fast. She asks if he can see himself there, and Steven says there's no rush to figure things out right now.
That is crazy to me. y'all don't live in different counties. Y'all don't live in different cities only. Y'all live in different countries. Yeah. Now, I will say, countries over there is not the same as here in the States and things like that.
But it's like a whole, she said it was like an Irish Sea. So like there's like, there's a body of water between them.
Yeah, so maybe like a boat ride. I don't know. Like usually, depending where you are, it may even take you like 6 hours to go from state to state, depending where you are. You get what I'm saying? But the whole like, we ain't got to worry about that now. I thought it was 21 days to like marriage, and y'all used 7 of them already. But we'll see.
So she respects her mom, her sister, and her best friend. These are the ladies that he will meet. She knows that she has terrible taste in guys and hasn't had the best judgment with guys in the past.
And then I think she said something across the lines of they don't know about this whole experiment either.
Right.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Well, Ollie meets Demi's family. They are all at like this bowling alley type of thing. She's got her sisters, her dad, her mom, her brother. The dad says that he comes across as a nice guy, but if he isn't, dad will definitely, let everybody know.
Okay.
Stephen meets Sabrina's family and best friend. The mom asks Stephen to share just a bit about himself. He explains who he is and what he does for work. He has a business that is based in London, but he has some flexibility, I guess, when it comes to travel.
Okay.
Sabrina says that she is not planning on giving up her apartment, but the mom thinks that this is all just really a big shock and crazy. Mom tells him Sabrina did a lot to be in this experiment, and she would want Stephen to be just as invested as she is.
Okay.
The sister is saying that, it just seems so perfect, maybe a little bit too perfect. And, is this just TV? Like, how are things actually going to be in the real world? Sabrina tells her that it's not all perfect, but the sister is hoping that this lasts and it's not just a honeymoon phase.
Stop right there for a second. It's not that. Here's the thing about it. People are picking up, their antennas is up, but their aim is off a little bit. The reason why the only reason why it seems perfect because they haven't talked about the hard issue.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So it's easy to just be lovey-dovey and things like that. And that's why people like that's why Sabrina could be like, it's not perfect. We know it's not perfect because y'all not talking about the hard issue. And the hard issue is you don't have a job and you about to transition to a whole nother career. And you don't even know where you're going to live. Right. You hope he lives here. You even says like my sister and my mom is here and things like that. Like we come to this park, we come to this lake and things like that. You're trying to sell him as if you're a real estate agent now on living here. But at the end of the day, you don't know where you're going to live. And there's no conversation about that. So what y'all doing is y'all playing with time and basically being lovey-dovey and doing the easy part. And y'all mastered the easy part, being respectful, being nice, acting like y'all like each other. So when y'all in front of family, they be like, they look so perfect. We hope this honeymoon phase. And then when y'all break up, because what happened is the whole relationship dissolved because y'all haven't talked about the hard part. People be like, where did this come from? Because y'all have put on a facade on basically being the it couple besides actually talking about the hard stuff that's actually going to be the foundation of y'all relationship.
Yeah, and I guess maybe they're just very much alike because with my personality, I would be annoyed that you don't want to like have the real conversations with me. Where are we going to live? Like, that is important to know. Like, I need to get affairs in order. But for both of them, they both seem perfectly fine, just ignoring the adult issues and things that they actually have to coordinate and get together. They're fine with ignoring it. So, hey, it's gonna rear its ugly head. They're going to have to address it at some point.
It's just like, how like somebody fake clean their house, they put everything in the closet. When they open up the closet, everything just falls out. That's basically what's going to happen.
Exactly. So mom pulls Stephen for a private chat. Yeah. She doesn't know if they're really in this for real. Like, is this a bubble? Is this some type of dream? She wants to give him a chance, but she will not be happy if Sabrina is hurt. He says that he loves her. He doesn't throw that word around. She can see that the connection between them is strong, and she can see him fitting into the family. He asked for her blessing, and she says, so far, you have the blessing. So,
well, we got 14 days. Okay.
So Demi and Ollie, dad is getting straight gutter balls.
Yeah.
The dad and Ollie end up having a private chat to themselves. Ollie gives him some reassurance that he has been looking after her and they do make each other happy and he is in love with her. The dad asks, would you be protective of the fact that, she goes out, hangs out with friends? Basically, is that going to be an issue for you? Because Demi has her own life, her own friends, guys and girls, and she's a very social person. And Ollie says that he is cool with that because he would want her to be cool with that for him as well. And the dad is just like, overall, if she's happy, he is happy. Ollie shared that he has sisters, and that makes the dad feel a little bit more comfortable as well, that Ollie has sisters that, he loves and cares for and is protective of. Yeah. So the dad sees him having his sisters as a plus.
And one thing that he said he could basically read somebody well and basically can see if they gonna be good or if they gonna be bad, and he likes Ollie. And that's the thing about Ollie do come off as a people person. he do come off as if he's very relatable. He makes you feel comfortable, and in a way, Ollie gives off the like you want to like him.
Yeah, he's easy to talk to.
Exactly.
He seems like a good time.
So, hopefully it is true. But I think the whole relationship and the whole meeting went well.
Yeah, I did too. So Kat is asking Freddy where we're going to live, what we're going to do. Freddy says, of course, she will have to find work. And it would be easier if she moved in with him to his house.
Okay.
That's all the conversation that y'all need to have, Steven and Sabrina. Literally. So she knows his concerns. Kat knows that she has to stop being snappy and bossy. She says that being adopted is why she's fiery and sassy, because she was bullied a lot as a kid and she had to protect herself. She's willing to assess her attitude. And Freddy says, you know, it's easy to just change something just for a little bit of time and then revert back to however you actually are. And Kat tells him, you're making me out to be a demon, but I'm not. I don't need to change anything, but I'm willing to not to lose somebody I care about.
And this is when I said she's bipolar. She literally listed out the things that she need to change in the way that she's been acting towards Freddy that wasn't fair. Right? Freddy gave his whole of how he felt about it, and the things of like, I understand it may be easy for somebody to change, but over time, like, you know, it's like people fall back into habits and things like that. I'm paraphrasing what he said. And she said, well, first of all, I don't have to change, but I'm willing to change. I'm like, okay, we're going to do a little semantics tonight. We should go have a plate of semantics. I'm like, what are you angry about? You're trying to make me out to be a demon. Okay, you acting like one right now. Why are you snapping at me where you just agreed about how nice you need to be to me?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, yeah, she's bipolar.
And I completely agree with Freddy. I think that she might try to act nice for a couple days. It ain't going to stick. It ain't her. It ain't in her, you know?
Yeah.
I think she really, like she said, she's traumatized by the adoption and all this type of fighting and scratching and surviving good times she had to do her whole life. And it is going to take a lot, I think, for her to stop being that way. And if she can't see that you just shouldn't be this way, and it's not about, oh, well, I'm willing to change it for somebody I care about. How about what did my granny used to say? It's not becoming of you. It's not becoming of you, Kat, to be this way. So it might actually be good for you to change that for yourself and it benefiting your partner in the long run. But she doesn't see that. She doesn't think she needs to change.
Shout out to Granny.
So Freddy is worried about getting married. Also, because she would be entitled to his money. He asked if she would feel a way if he would give his assets to his sister when he passed, or if he passed. And Kat says, if you don't want to get married to me, just tell me.
Listen here. This is what happens. This is what I think about Freddy. I think Freddy is a simp. I think his objective to get married is overpowering who he's marrying. Right? I think that's just a goal that he wants to check off his list of I've been married. And he's like, if it works, that's good. If it don't, I have what I have.
Right.
I think this is the first smart thing that he thought of, in the sense of, you know what? I just saw how you switched on me. I really don't know you because you've been in my mama's house. Right. You met my brother. You know, I'm going to move you in. You get what I'm saying? Because we later find out, I think she lived with her parents. You get what I'm saying? I think I need to protect myself and give it to my sister. And now she's like, if you don't want to marry me, just say that. No, I want to marry you because it's something I want to check off my list. But if you act erratic, I'm basically back at square one without losing anything. Right. And I honestly, truth be told, I felt like Kat did not do a good job selling herself.
Oh no, but she can't help herself.
Of being a good helpmate, of being a good person, and being a good wife that can help him. Like, it's very weird and strange. Everything comes with criticisms and vague goals, phantom goals that he can't see, that he's reaching for. It comes with him crying about cheating on a girl that he was with 7 years ago and things of that nature. Nothing to do with Kat. Everything he done with Kat has been up. He even opened his house and said, you can live here. I don't know. I don't know what to think about them.
Yeah. No, Freddy run. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
Freddy needs to run. Kat, She's too hot and cold. She really needs to get right for herself and see how the way that she is not beneficial to herself. But until she realizes that, she's not going to change. And it's like she can list all the ways in which she's being terrible, but she doesn't feel like she needs to do anything about it. So.
Craziness, right?
It is crazy.
Listen here, you can't love someone to niceness. Like you can't love the mean out of her. You get what I'm saying? She is who she is. Anything else?
That's it.
I need y'all to subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. We will be back with the last episode of this bunch sometime between today and tomorrow.
All right.
Y'all be good.
Bye.